So, got a Qsp. And this is one, man, I chased one of these for a long time. This is a Pelican. It's an S35VN linen micarta handle. And, man, I chased one of these for the longest time and picked one up quite a while back. But the pricing went up to almost $120 for this knife. And I was like, yeah, man, I'm not spending that for it. So I just kept on the hunt, and I was able to get one at a deal. And we'll check pricing and availability when we're done here. But I think the pricing's back up on these. Like, they're trying to hold pricing on these things, which is good for them. I mean, wonderful stickers, and yeah, this case, I hadn't seen one of these before. That's pretty cool. Heavy duty. Reminds me of the old Kizer case. Look at the size of the zipper and everything on there. Yeah. Little cleaning cloth. And then the knife. What are we going to think of this knife? Qsp. $100+ Qsp. I think that's maybe what was getting me. Was because, well, I've owned a few Qsps in my day, but they were all like max $50 knives. What we got here? Gives us some dimensions, man. I can run through them. See, I can be smart here. S35VN, looks like about a 3.5-inch blade. Micarta, it's got a lanyard hole. It's 1.5 inches tall. The handle is about 4 3/4 inches, or we're just over 8 1/4 inches overall. See, I can do all that if they just provide it. If I got to go looking for it and all that, nah. I like this presentation case, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, all right. Well, here, let's get to what we came here for. Titanium pocket clip. Looks like it's got good ramps in and out. It's not a deep carry, but I mean, milled titanium. Steel liners. Let's get that blade out. Got a nice back flipper. Yeah. Okay. Oh. I mean, consistent with the Qsp knife, the action on this right out of the box is pretty solid. I feel like I'm binding up on something right there. There's a little bit of wiggle in this knife too. It feels like something's going on in this action, actually. Not sure what's going on there, but there's something off. The blade's centered, so I don't think it's got anything to do with that. The lockup is 35, almost 40%, maybe 40%. I do like this sheepsfoot blade, though. It's an attractive knife to me, looking at it. But something's funny right there. Detent ball is bound up, something. So with that said, I'm not going to mess around no more. I'm just going to get in it. We're going to check it in, and then we'll get back to the checking it out part. I don't really see any Loctite there. Looks like we shift to everything else is T6s. The pocket clip does not need to go. So unless I see oil in here. Okay, that one's spun. And that one's spun. So I'm guessing they're in a barrel spacer in there, but they are spinning within. So I need another T6. and a handle. All my T6s are these narrow bits, not the 1/4 inch, but I've got a little adapter. Let's try this top one first. There we go. Just needed to be held. Like me. I just need a hug, man. Yeah, look at the size of that screw. Had some Loctite on it. Let's get this bottom one. I mean, speaking of that, my bro is in the hospital right now. His family went out of town for a minute. It's one of my old club brothers. Mi amigo. Me and him been wearing a patch over our eye for a long time. And his family went out of town. And when they came home, he didn't appear to be around, wasn't taking a phone call, and they couldn't get in the house. And so I was like, well, just break in because he's probably in there. Something's up. And sure enough, they got in there and found him laying on the floor. He was responsive, but he could only grunt. And so they run him up to the hospital. They had to intubate him, or whatever that is. And he's on the mend now. And I mean, of course, you know, isn't that the old story, man? You know, be careful waiting for your last breath, because it may be right around the corner. I wonder if I can tighten these up a little bit. No, it's going to take both of them to get tight. Yeah, that's spinning. Probably because they Loctited it, you know. But I don't see any oil in here really anywhere. So I'm going to wipe it down and then see if, you know, maybe on reassembly, if I can kind of figure out why is that action, why was it janky? Why was it funky like that? Because something was up. I don't know what. And then I definitely want to polish the inside of these liners because, man, are they filthy. And they're shiny. I mean, that should be a showpiece. You should be able to look in there and see all that polished up metal looking like chrome. But yeah, they're seriously printed up. Okay. Mucho better. This one, funky. I mean, there's a little bit of oil in here. I see it. I still don't have any clue to why that was running so weird. It's just off. I think I'm going to try a little cleaner on this because it appears like it's got some stains or something on it. Yeah, it's just the finish of the metal. I mean, for the most part, it's shiny, but there's some rough finishing on it. All right, let's keep going. We'll get bearings. I mean, I don't feel anything on the bearing. Got a little cleaner that hasn't evaporated here, so I can feel it. It's wet. Try to clean whatever lube was in there. Clean that out of there. Try to get those bearings running free. Pretty minimalistic stop pin there. that cleaner takes the color off of my mat. So I have to be careful with that. I wasn't. It just took it off right there. Oh well. And then it leaves it on my fingers. Yeah. Hot mess. You're wearing me out. There we go. All right, let's see what we got. I mean, it just might have needed some lube, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's going to take both screwdrivers to tighten these up. I mean, unfortunately, that's... Unless they're going to capture those, that's what you're going to get out of that. Okay. I mean, whatever it was, it's gone. It's running smooth. I don't think I can fail it. And, I mean, once I'm past that detent, that thing drops shut. Now, that detent's pretty stiff. Yeah, there's no way to fail that. That detent's pretty strong. I'll bet you I could get this thing really, really singing if I lightened up that detent a little bit. But it's running so smooth, I think I'm just going to leave it be. But yeah, it's got a detent. But it's dropped shut. I mean, it's very smooth. I'm going to leave it be. Let it be. Yeah, there's no wiggle in it whatsoever. So, I mean, sometimes, you know, maybe a little short of perfect, but you're amazing. So go with amazing. I like it. All right. Well, let's evaluate that action. I'm going to say that is, I mean, that's A or A minus action. That is really good. The flipper tab's got just the right jimping. It's got just a tiny little swoop that puts it just about even with the center of the pivot. But then that detent can't fail it. I mean, once it's in motion, it's going to open. Access to the liner lock, this is lowered. It's got some jimping on it here that aids in gripping it, but easy access, easy to press that over. And then once it passes that detent ball, man, that thing's on a free ride to close position. Yeah, very nice. Got good acoustics, sounds good. Yeah, A-level action. It's really good. Let's talk about ergonomics. It's got this jimping on the spine, and it goes a long way. So, I mean, it's going to accommodate several different hands. Could you pinch grip this? You could. But not so confident, very confident. This is definitely a confident grip and working itself towards very confident. And the reason being is this flipper tab just locks the hand behind there. Then this jimping, it's not quite combat. I can push through it even with a lot of pressure on it, but it's pretty rigid. It's pretty nice stuff. And this grip, I mean, with the micarta, the pocket clip, all of it, very locked in. Wonderful grip, confident grip. I like it. No hot spots. I can feel the pocket clip here. I can feel it. It's not hot. It wouldn't cause me to stop working if I was using the knife to work. Let's check the pocket clip. I mean, looking at it, I'm going to say it's a little thin. Like the distance here, it's a little thin. I think on this thick stuff, we're going to get caught. We're not going to be able to run all the way up. But I was wrong. Very smooth, went all the way to the top, and I already know it's got tension. Ooh, wonderful. Standard jean size material, good stuff. One hand in, one hand out. I mean, all in all, less than a half an inch, maybe a half inch poking out. It's a good look. Got this milled clip, good grip. Yeah, I like it. I wouldn't call it a dryer clip, but it wouldn't be hard to take this off, add a little tension to this clip. It could take a little bit. And I think that would probably make it a dryer clip. Lanyard hole. Pocket clip is not reversible. And this micarta, it's the good stuff. Soft, fluffy. Yeah, man. Feels like an old pair of fatigues. Nice. I like it. Let's check safety. Yeah, no blade contact through the scales. The tip is recessed below the scales, and the clip is good. So clip's good, tip's good, and I don't have any concerns about incidental blade contact when the blade is closed in my pocket. Excellent detent. I like it. Wonder if that blade is as sharp as it looks, because it looks crazy sharp. I like it. It's one of the things that's attractive to this knife. Yeah, it's crazy sharp. I think it could use a strop, so I'm going to hit it real quick. 2 strokes. 1, 2. Felt smoother the second time. Then I'm going to hit it on wood. I feel something there. And then 1 stroke. 1 stroke. Done. See if anybody gets that reference. Man, let's go one more. 1. All right. Where are we at? It was just a little toothy. Didn't bind up at all, but it just felt a little toothy. Yeah. Pretty good stuff. Pretty nice and sharp. Out of the factory, man. Nice stuff. Good job. Price and availability. Qsp Pelican. I mean, right now it looks like White Mountain Knives might be the spot. The going rate's like $117, and you're going to see that consistently on eBay and the retailers. The difference is on White Mountain Knives, you can use the code down below, DM10, and get 10% off that $117, which gets it down to, what is that, $106? And that's with shipping and no tax. So $106. S35VN, micarta, large knife. Excellent action. I mean, pretty cool. Check it out. Appreciate you all watching.